There's a particular kind of weight that comes from carrying a grudge for a very long time. It doesn't always feel heavy day to day, but it's there, quietly, underneath everything. For Rock Hudson, that weight had to do with someone from early in his career, a person who, decades earlier, had treated him poorly during a difficult professional moment, said something dismissive, made a choice that, at the time, had genuinely hurt him. For years, Rock rarely spoke about it, but those close to him knew that whenever this person's name came up, something in his expression would change, just slightly. A flicker of old hurt, carefully covered, the way most people learn to cover these things. Decades passed. Rock Hudson became one of the biggest stars in the world. The person who had hurt him, by most accounts, faded into a much smaller life. By any measure, Rock had won, and yet the old hurt remained. Small, but present, like a stone in a shoe that you've stopped noticing most of the time, but that's still there. Late in his life, Rock learned that this person was unwell, going through a difficult time of their own, and something shifted in him. He didn't reach out dramatically. There was no big reconciliation scene, no public statement. But privately, he let go of it. He stopped carrying the story he had told himself for so many years, the story where he was the one who had been wronged, and this person was the villain in it. A friend later said that Rock seemed lighter after this, not because anything had changed about the other person, or even about what had happened between them, but because Rock had simply put it down. He stopped needing the story anymore. That was the realization that forgiveness, in the end, often has very little to do with the other person. They may never know. They may never apologize. They may not even remember what happened the way you do. But the weight you've been carrying, that's real, and it's yours. And forgiveness is simply the moment you decide you don't want to carry it anymore. Maybe you've felt that too. Maybe there's someone in your past, a family member, an old friend, a former colleague, who hurt you in a way that still, even now, has a small grip on you. Maybe you've told the story of what they did many times over the years to different people in different ways. Maybe it's become part of how you understand your own life. Here's something gentle too. Consider. Letting go of that story doesn't mean what happened didn't matter, or wasn't real, or wasn't wrong. It simply means you're choosing not to keep paying for it, over and over, every time you think about it. Forgiveness isn't a gift you give to someone who hurt you. It's a gift you give to yourself. A way of saying, I don't need this anymore. Maybe it's time to think of that person just for a moment. Not to contact them necessarily, not even to feel warmly toward them if that's too much. Just to notice the weight you've been carrying and ask yourself gently, am I ready to put this down? It's never too late to set that weight down. Even if the other person never knows, even if nothing else about the situation ever changes. Rock Hudson carried an old hurt for most of his life, and in the end, the thing that brought him peace wasn't an apology he received. It was a decision he made, quietly, on his own. If you're watching this tonight, maybe there's a name or a memory that just came to mind. Maybe that's the weight that's ready to be set down. So take a slow breath, and maybe, tonight, let it be a little lighter.